Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Our rivers, streams, and lakes get polluted by stormwater runoff. So what can we do to protect them and keep them clean? Our next guest has a suggestion. You should adopt a storm drain. Annalise Smith joins us from Waukesha County Parks and Land Use with details about a new program getting a trial run in Waukesha. Hey, Annalise.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. It looks like you got a cute haircut during the pandemic.
Yes, it's a new look. So trying something at least a little bit more comfortable for summer. Thank you.
It's a new you. Yeah, it looks fantastic. I'm so excited to see you. We love having you here because you do some fun demonstrations for us, but I understand that you've got a couple in store for us today, which I appreciate. So let's talk about storm drains. Everybody has heard about Adopt a Highway, but why should we take on a storm drain?
Well, for much the same reasons, litter has such an impact on our natural ecosystems. And so for the same reasons, we want to keep litter off the highway. We also want to keep them off of our river highways, if you will, because they're all eventually getting to the ocean. So it's really thinking about all of the stuff that is blowing around, and litter-wise, both inorganic and organic litter is eventually going to get to the ocean. And so we want to keep it out of our waterways.
A lot of people might wonder, don't street sweepers do that?
They do, and they do a great job. Unfortunately, because of the just vast number of roads, they can only go by a storm drain once or twice a season, maybe 3 times. And that's just really not enough when you think about how often it rains and how often that water is carrying debris to the rivers. So if you can adopt a storm drain to help the street sweepers do their job to keep that material out of the rivers and streams, that is a huge help to us.
As you're saying this, I think that it'd be so great for parents to do this with kids, because I think these things that we can do for our environment set children up for a lifetime of taking care of our planet. So I wonder, and I know you have a demonstration, what types of problematic things go through our storm drains?
Yeah, so there are, like I was saying, there's organic and inorganic. And some of the inorganic things, a plastic bottle, you can kind of assume that's bad. But there are some other stuff that has a real impact on the water. So I've got a little bit of a guessing game for everybody. So I've got some litter here that's been sitting in water.
Okay.
How gross that is. Any guesses what that pollutant is?
Okay, so I'm thinking leaves, dirt, all the usual stuff. Is it something else?
It is a cigarette butt.
Ugh.
So there are a couple of cigarette butts in here, and just the impact that all of that has on the water. And how often, unfortunately, do we see that kind of litter? Here's another one. So this, any guesses?
Okay, what do you guys think?
That should go in your recycling bin.
Okay, it should go in recycle. Oh, is it plastic bag?
This one is, no, this one is newspaper.
Oh, and plastic bags shouldn't go in our recycling. Oh, that's newspaper, because that gets wet and really probably like almost sticky.
Yep, and it really kind of congeals around and causes a lot of problems. So we know that litter is problematic, but the other big, huge problem is the organic litter, which is our leaves and our grass clippings, because those contain a lot of nutrients, which can cause algae blooms and other plants to grow in the river that we don't need them to grow and get that extra boost. So,
you said something about the water going to the ocean. And I think a lot of people don't think about when it rains or there's water that comes off of our yards and goes into a storm drain, especially if we live far from the ocean, that it ends up there.
Yes, absolutely. So there's a big hill on I-94, and if you are on the east side of the big hill, kind of in the Tosa, Milwaukee area, your runoff is going to go to Lake Michigan, and then it's going to get to the ocean via the St. Lawrence Seaway. And if you're west in Waukesha County, then it's going to drain to the Fox River, to the Illinois River, to the Mississippi, and on down to the Gulf. So
wow.
Where you are in southeastern Wisconsin, it's eventually going to get to the Atlantic.
And we got to protect our oceans, because we've heard so much about plastic even being found in very remote parts of our world in the ocean. So it's disturbing, and another reason we should be protecting and adopting storm drains. So tell us how it works. If people are watching, they say, hey, I want to do this with my school, with my kids, with my community, with my family. How do you do it?
So it's a great activity, and I'm so glad you talked about families and schools, because this is a great activity, and really it's citizen science. So it's a citizen choosing to take a great action, collect some data, and then feed the data back to the county if you're in the pilot zone of Waukesha. So what would happen is we would ask that you would go to our website and sign up if you live in the city of Waukesha. If you're not in the city of Waukesha, you can still do this. We just wouldn't collect the data. If you're in the pilot program, then we would mail you a quick start guide, which would include a storm drain marker, which would allow you to mark your storm drain so that everybody knows that you're taking care of it, and a safety vest, because we always want to be safe. And then we would just ask that at least twice a month, you go out to your storm drain, you grab just a broom and a little sweeper. Dustpan, thank you. Yeah. You know, the coffee is just still kicking in. And then you just sweep up the debris away from the grate. And then we would ask that you approximate a weight of this, put it back in the website, and then we will use that information to measure our collective impact, to see what impact we're having on the health of our water.
That is so cool, and it seems so easy, and what a fun way to work with the kids and have something to do to adopt a storm drain, and you get that sticker to show that your drain is taken, which I love. Thank you so much, Annalise.
Thank you. It was great seeing you guys, and glad you're well.
It was great to see you too. Join us again soon. We appreciate your time. And for more information on how you can adopt a drain in Waukesha, go to waukeshacounty.gov/adopt-a-drain.